Ryder, good to see you on your feet. We're at the Nexus. It's the forward hub for the entire Andromeda initiative. The Asari, Solarian, and Turian arcs should be there too.
Let's hope they've had better luck.
Starting our approach now.
It's almost as big as the Citadel back home.
Nexus Control, this is Arc Hyperion requesting docking clearance. Captain, I'm only getting their automated approach channel, not a live person.
Well, like it or not, we're here. Take us in.
Construction should have been finished by now.
Could be worse.
How? Habitat 7's a bust. We might have started a war with the first aliens we met, and our Pathfinder's dead. This better be rock bottom.
Green across the board. Docking initiated.
All right. I got us here. Good luck, Pathfinder.
Pues a lo mejor y es un Dead Space, y los alienígenas pues los convirtieron.
The captain just called me Pathfinder. This is really happening.
Just take a deep breath. I still can't believe Dad's dead. This should have been his moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that. Okay, folks?
Right. So...
Pues realmente entre el video pasado y el que estamos ahorita grabando no he tenido tiempo para pues checar bien la modalidad. Al parecer tengo 3 puntos, no sé si he subido 3 niveles. Está pues todavía sigo explorando aquí todo esto. Pelotón Cora dice que tiene 2 puntos. Altera la masa de Cora y la lanza contra un oponente. Establece parte de la fuerza de los escudos final de la carga. Nova canaliza la energía para crear una explosión a bocajarro que causa un gran daño en torno a Cora. Cora utiliza la Omni herramienta para reforzar los escudos de los aliados que haya cerca, lo que les ofrece una gran mejora inicial seguida por unos segundos de regeneración continua de escudos. Pero dice que necesito 18 puntos. Mejora las capacidades de ataque de Cora al perfeccionar su entrenamiento de comando Asari. Ah, es un Asari. Fuerza de las escopetas, daño y combate pasivo. La formación militar de Cora y los sistemas de su traje le permite sobrevivir en situaciones peligrosas. Escudos los aumenta. Ok, pues vamos a subir acá esto. Ah, y dice lo que hace. Pues sí, vamos a subirle. Y obviamente vamos a darle más fuerza, porque seguramente lo vamos a ocupar. Dice, tus habilidades tienen cambios sin confirmar. ¿Quieres confirmarlas? Confirmar. El lado mío no me altera. Y Liam, pues ya hicimos ahí ello. Ahora voy yo. Combate. Pulsa el botón, lanza una granada que crea una zona enorme de daño a cabo de 2 segundos. La omnigranada crea una zona enorme de daño al cabo de... Ah, ok. Dice, mantener el botón reduce el tiempo de la espera de la granada antes de lanzarla. La granada explotará si se mantiene demasiado tiempo. La activación requiere una batería de suministro de batería limitado de omnigrama. Ah, ok. ¿Con qué es esto? La batería que decía. Disparo de conmoción, eso no lo puedo ocupar. Despliega una barricada de energía temporal que potencia la regeneración de escudos para todos los que se sitúan tras ella. Las versiones mejoradas proporcionan bonificaciones de combate adicionales a los aliados. Turbocarga. Despliega una mina que se activa cuando un enemigo se acerca o pasa por el sensor de láser. Los enemigos sufren más daño cuando más cerca estén de la mina. Pues se ve interesante, ¿eh? Mejora el entrenamiento de armas personales para pistolas, incluyendo subfusiles. Las pistolas están diseñadas para el combate a media o corta distancia y para disparar en movimiento. Y acá pues las diferentes armas que pues todavía sigo ahí aprendiendo sobre ello. Como verán pues no pude cambiar. Dice aptitud para el combate, salud máxima, la aumenta. Que le aumenta muy poquito, 2%. Entrenamiento especializado que permite al usuario utilizar propulsores y armas cuerpo a cuerpo con pericia. Daño de poderes de combate. Ocultación táctica. A ver, vamos a ver. Dice aumenta el índice máximo de escudos por cada punto de habilidad invertido en el grupo de habilidades de combate. A ver, vamos a ver en biótica. Pulsa el botón, alza a un enemigo sin escudo ni armadura en el aire, lo deja indefenso y prepara el objetivo para detonaciones de combinaciones. Mantener arrastrar el objetivo enemigo junto al usuario, combina con el poder lanzamiento para lanzar un objetivo agarrado. Lanza un proyectil de campo gravitatorio para arrojar lejos a los objetivos que no tengan armaduras ni escudos y detona las combinaciones preparadas. Combinado con el poder atracción para lanzar objetivos agarrados. Pues sí, eso suena interesante. Carga. Canaliza la energía para crear una explosión a bocajarro que causa un gran daño en torno al usuario. Esto es como el de la chica, la que le acabo de subir ahí, la de Cora. Onda de choque, ataca a los enemigos con una serie de explosiones que atraviesan las paredes y otros obstáculos sólidos. Detona, ataca con una serie de explosiones. A ver, voy a ver cómo es esto. Pues se ve interesante, los de acá muy bonito. Yo creo que sí le vamos a poner. Que sí se ve muy bonito ahí como salen volando. Ah, vale. Al parecer pues nada más puedo usar 3. Mejora el control de los campos de efecto de masa. A ver, vamos a ponerle que sí. Y tecnología. Rayo criogénico. Dirige un flujo continuo de partículas gélidas que congela a los objetivos, los prepara para detonaciones combinadas. Congelación neutraliza a los enemigos sin armadura y debilita la armadura enemiga, pero no tiene ningún efecto sobre los enemigos con escudos. Ah, miren, lanzallamas. Ese suena interesante. Mantener el botón. Descarga un chorro de llamas de corto alcance que inflige daño adicional a la armadura y daño de quemadura continuo. Los enemigos sin escudo atrapados por el chorro se prenden y quedan preparados para detonaciones y combinaciones. Vamos a ver cómo es esto. Ah, está muy raro, pero me gusta acá esto. ¿Qué demonios? Ah, ok. Este es el... Vale. Pues ya poco a poco iremos subiendo las habilidades. Diversas habilidades. Porque en combate, por ejemplo, ahorita no tengo nada, pero sí quiero la granada. Aunque igual la onda de choque me puede servir. Pero como les dije, ya después vamos a checar un poquito más a detalle todo esto.
All stasis personnel report to duty station.
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the ARCs.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead.
La comida intergaláctica.
Here we are.
I don't see any champagne.
Pues
Where
como les
is
dije, aquí
everybody?
está raro. A lo mejor los alienígenas ya se los comieron.
Well, this can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
¿Qué es eso?
We could see what the VI has to say.
Plants are still alive.
It's like they didn't finish building it.
Welcome to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
What year is it?
The current year is 2819. After spending over 600 years in stasis, it's normal to feel disoriented or confused upon arrival. Our helpful medical staff can assist with any physical or psychological after effects you may be experiencing.
Well, she's got the date right, at least.
So where is everyone? What can you tell me about the Andromeda galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million light-years away from the Milky Way galaxy. This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled outside our home system, making you a brave pioneer indeed. The Nexus itself is located in a region known as the Helios Cluster. Here, you and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure. Please see one of our helpful immigration staff for further assistance. And welcome to your new home in Andromeda, where the brightest star is you. Current wait time for immigration processing is unknown error.
Right. That was helpful.
Huh. Vaya que sí, eh.
Hello?
Hello, hello. I am coming.
There's a guy. Maybe he's got champagne.
Ven, acá hay un tío.
Hi there. We're from Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an Ark? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
Vale. Literal, un año acá, esperando. Desconectaron esta
Everything
parte.
that could
Qué
go
raro.
wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. Died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
Vale. Esos tíos yo los conozco.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
Son del Mass Effect 3 o por lo menos son parecidos, porque no sé si sean totalmente los mismos. Hace mucho que no juego ese juego y pues obviamente no me sé los nombres. Pero sí recuerdo a los alienígenas. También debería de haber uno verde.
Not as much as it means to us. We had one hell of a time getting here. Nice to see some friendly faces.
Hungry faces. Any supplies you can spare would be appreciated.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead. Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
My father believed I am. If you trusted him with a job, you'll have to trust his judgment.
Your father won't be around to fix things if you fail.
That's no way to treat a guest. I'm Nakmor Kesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
I can't believe how far off track things have gone.
It's bad, but it's not over. Not yet.
Ma'am, the Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something. An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
Vale, al parecer nosotros le estamos dando energía. O sea, prácticamente está muy de la chinga del asunto.
Hello, Console. You know what? You and I are going to be very good friends. We'll get you all fixed up and ready to go in no time. As soon as we hook you up to all that juicy power.
Siempre todo por recursos.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good.
was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Dice, gana puntos violentos explorando planetas, haciendo aliados y combatiendo amenazas. Okay.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership. When the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat, or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Good luck. Andros.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in pore? You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Herrick's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Okay.
Notice the handoff there. Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is, let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
There's apparently no viable planets in range. Exile may have been a sanitized death sentence.
What a shit show. Pathfinder, we have to get this back on track or we don't survive. No pressure, right?
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Ok, ya adicionó. Creo que por acá venden cositas. Ah, comerciante de armas. ¿Quién es este tío?
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
Ouch. Why am I paying for these?
Half the supplies are inaccessible, what with how we crash-landed and all. And I have to trade with the crooks out there for the rest, so...
Ok. Objetos comerciantes. Pues vamos a vender esto. Chatarra. Viper. Chatarra. Chatarra. Pues muy raro. Vamos a confirmar esto. Ahora ya tengo más créditos.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert. Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once. Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Right then, Leah. Try firing off sets 23B to 54C, third quadrant. Did that work?
No, aquí todavía no. Vamos a checar. Inventario, no. Ay, ¿dónde era? Códice. Ah, ya tengo otro punto. Acuitación táctica, velocidad de recarga a 2 puntos. Que esto todavía no lo entiendo bien, ¿eh? Es que no sé dónde están las misiones secundarias. Ok. Aquí dice cubierta residencial. Oficina de cache. Pues vamos acá.
Yes, I know. There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
Nothing more for now.
See you later. Pathfinder.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
There's arcs missing. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garst. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go...
Ground technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
This is Nexus Control, the Hyperion. It's good to...
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
And here we are, idling.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Can...
You don't trust...
I trust... We can... Ugh, goddamn poetry. Or even me.
It...
Right, Alec that... Prove me wrong.
Pues vale, vamos ahora sí con este tío. Vamos a ponerle el mapa. Bueno, y esto que no sé qué es.
Everyone can hear you. Yes. And you just don't care.
Vamos con Sam.
Hey, you okay? Lucky. I thought we were done with... Yeah. Would you, if you have... No, I'm fine.
Algo quiere este tío.
And I don't know... Hello. Do you have time now? Oh. If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one. That'd really... I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're...
Hello, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. It's through your hard work that the vision of the Nexus has come to life. You and all your colleagues bind our proud new colonies together. Look around at your achievements. And if you have any questions, my door is always open.
Founder Garson's office is located at Workspace Not Allocated. Please select a topic. You are. Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on?
Bueno, ahora sí, vámonos al grano. A ver, solamente quiero checar algo.
What am I going to do?
Ah, okay.
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my,
So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing... My husband. He's locked up and slated for exile. For a crime he didn't commit.
What exact...
They don't exile you for petty theft. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy.
Creo que es aquí,
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and... I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry, that's awful.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of... I admired that about him. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Joder, ya no me acuerdo quién era Kandros. A ver, voy a ver si este tío era Kandros. Ah, no es tanto. Oh, joder. Ah, ya sé, es el miliciano.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Engineering update. We are working on...
Con Shaolin. A ver, ya que estamos por acá, vamos a ver qué show.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
¿Qué dice?
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel. Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
All right, moving on. Docking clamps?
Fully active and engaged.
Docking hatches. Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Not yet.
Well, it's telling. I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or... sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Engineering reports. Hyperion
Joder, la Hyperion donde está nuestra nave.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm here to serve.
Ok. Nexus. A ver cómo puse esto. Se supone que es en el lapicito. Y ahora que show.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Vale, pues sí es muy reveladora. Pues vámonos al Hyperion. Es hora de volver.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?